The second interesting topic is how parents can familiarize themselves with the milestones and consistently have peace of mind that their children are developing on par. As I've mentioned before, Practica focuses on the development of all 50 of those important skills that are tested for school readiness. Now, to understand milestones better, we need to keep in mind that every skill develops step by step according to a pattern. Consequently, a child develops through a series of milestones in every one of those 50 skills. If we know the milestones, we can help our children to develop a head start where they have talents and to catch up where they are behind in their development. Parents don't have time to study all the milestones, so Practica makes it easy. You just need to follow 4 steps. When you play games that are listed for your child's age in the guide, try to pick up his strengths and weaknesses. It's not hard to do when you use Practica. Just keep in mind that the suggested activities for an age group are based on what an average child of that age can do. So if he finds most of the activities that are linked to a certain skill very easy, your child is probably talented in that particular skill. On the other hand, where he struggles, he probably has a weakness. Now, what do you do after you've identified a talent or a weakness? The next step is to find out more about the specific skill that you are dealing with. You can find out more about any skill in the early chapters of the Parent's Guide. If your child is younger than 2, you page to chapter 2. And if he's 2 to 7 years old, you page to chapter 3. Any of these 50 skills can be found here in these chapters. This is an example of how the skill called curiosity is explained in the guide. Firstly, the definition of the skill is given. Secondly, you are told how the skill is going to help your child in school. This makes it easier for you to understand the definition better. Thirdly, all these numbers here are the numbers of the actual activities in the guide that help the skill called curiosity to develop, from the very easy activities to the most difficult ones. If the skill is a talent, move on to more challenging activities. By doing this, you are not placing a ceiling on your child's development. If the skill is a weakness in your child, move backwards to easier activities and build up your child's competence from there. By doing this, you don't put pressure on your child and you don't do any damage to his self-image. Practica parents can have formal evaluations done free of charge, but they often say that they learn more about their children's strengths and weaknesses by playing with them from day to day. To tell us more about this, let's meet our educational psychologist.
As an educational psychologist who have frequent interaction with Practica parents, my experience has been that these parents experience parenthood on a much higher level. The reason for this is very clear. Parents and children build deep relationships as they spend one-on-one time together. As a result, Practica parents are usually not surprised when I share the results of the assessments that I do with their children at the advisory service. It's also easier to guide these parents in dealing with their children's individual needs because they have the support of the Practica program in their homes.